We are here at Good Things Festival in Brisbane with Dino from Fear Factory and Soulfly currently. How are you, my man?
I am fucking doing great, and I'll tell you why I'm doing great. Because I'm in fucking Australia, mate. I'm fucking here. And I love being here. I love playing here. I love the people here. The whole country is amazing. And I'm glad it's nice and warm and hot. And, you know, we were in Melbourne and Sydney. Now we're in Brisbane. And I don't want to go home.
Don't.
No, I don't want to go home.
I think I spoke to you last time. I said, man, just move here. And you're like, yeah, but
I don't know.
We'll have you.
Yeah, g'day, cunts. You know, I got the lingo down. I can do it. You might have to edit that for YouTube, but it's all right.
No, they don't care.
You know, hey, man, I come here to fucking rock out. I don't come here to fuck spiders, mate. I come here to fucking rock out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, do you see any arachnids with their legs spread? No, because I didn't come here to fuck spiders. That's what we say.
No, not yet.
Yeah, but how's the tour been? Being back in Australia, man?
Tour's great. We had a couple of days off to start in Melbourne, which was really cool. I got to catch up with some friends.
Yes.
You know, do that whole thing, and then played the first show out in Melbourne on the day off. We had an off show. It was killer, sold out, packed show, and then we played. You know, then we started the Good Things Fest in Melbourne, and people fucking loved it. They came out, massive pits, people singing along to Soulfly songs. It's great. And we also did 2 Fear Factory songs, Body Hammer and Replica.
Are you doing that tonight?
Yes. And people were fucking totally excited. And it made me feel good because it's like they want Fear Factory. They want us to come back. They want us to do something. And I can't wait. It might be a little while, but we're going to do it for sure.
We're waiting, dude. We're waiting. And like, those songs are very important to me. As I've said to you before, like hearing those live, especially with Max singing them, is going to be pretty cool.
I do all the melodic parts. Max does the heavy parts.
Yeah. He's got the signature Max.
Yes.
Yeah. You know.
I am a duplication, and you know he's got the accent, and it sounds great.
That was spot on.
I've been hanging out with him for 30 years, so I know what the guy sounds like. You know.
How did going back? Because I know.
What year?
What year?
Back in 1999.
That was before that. So because I know you did a guest spot on the first Soulfly album.
Yes.
On the opener.
And that I believe was 1996, 97, around there. Yeah. A song called Eye for an Eye.
That's right.
Yeah. I did the main riff with Max. It's killer. We play it tonight, and it's fucking rocking. That song is tuned down to G. If anybody knows what that is, that's like 5 steps lower than standard tuning, so it's pretty fucking low.
Do you remember recording that? And because back then, obviously, you couldn't do things remotely, could you? It had to be. You went to the studio.
Yep.
And did it?
Yeah, there's this place called Indigo Ranch, which is up in the Malibu Hills.
Yeah.
And Ross Robinson was the producer, and so you know, obviously Max said, "Come down. We're up here recording," and so we just went up there and we hung out, and it was really cool facility because it's really secluded up in the mountains.
Yeah.
But Ross had a chef that was there. You know, you had all the drinks you wanted. So, and they had a separate house where all the bands slept in. So we got to hang out there. It was like a compound of just musical instruments and gear and just musicians, and hanging out there with Max and just getting into that vibe was amazing. And doing that song was killer.
Because right at that time, that's when I guess. You can ask probably a lot, but Roadrunner, you guys were on Roadrunner, like it was at its complete peak.
Oh yeah.
At that time.
Oh yeah.
You know, what was that like? Because as a fan, every man his dog. If you had a Fear Factory seat, you had a Soulfly seat, you had a Jaymes, it all came hand in hand.
Yeah. Yep.
So what was it like being part of that scene that was just at?
It was a great scene because Roadrunner was the kind of label that was trusted for metal.
Yes.
So if you saw any band with the Roadrunner logo on it, people would buy it and they would instantly love it because one of the A&R guys who used to be there, his name was Monty Connor, was the guy who signed us. He signed Sepultura and many other bands. He saw something and he just brought the right bands over, right? And it was a great peak moment because everybody started going gold. You know, Cold Chamber, Fear Factory, Sepultura, Typo Negative. There was a lot of gold records coming out at that time, and they just pretty much dominated. And if like there was festivals that you would go to, and people would call it the Roadrunner Fest because there was so many Roadrunner bands that were on it. And it was a great time to be a part of all that, all pretty much through the beginning to the end of the 90s into 2000s.
Do you remember when you first got your gold record, when you actually held that? Because that would have been a pretty momentous moment in your life.
Of course. I didn't know we were going to get it. I didn't know we went gold yet. And it was well, the main one was obsolete because that was gold in America.
Yeah.
So I didn't know we had reached gold yet. So we were on tour in New York because that's where the Roadrunner Records was based out of. They actually came to the show and didn't tell us. So after we got off stage, we went straight to the dressing room, and they were like, "Yeah!" All these like those confetti kind of things you pull with shoots out confetti. Champagne bottles were popping. And we're like, "What the hell's going on? What a party!" You know? Oh, you guys got gold record? We're like, what? And so we were so excited that we got that.
That's insane. That's insane. Because I remember being that dude.
But before that, we actually got a platinum record from the Mortal Kombat soundtrack.
Yes.
That we were on tour with Iron Maiden in 1996, and we got that record, and we were like, yeah, you know. But that wasn't necessarily our accolade. That was like, you know, it was a combination of bands. It was the soundtrack that went platinum. So that felt good, but it didn't feel as good as when you do it yourself with your own band. You know what I mean?
Because man, that was how I heard you. I told you that last time. Like I was at the cinema with my mate. Shout out to Shane. And when you know Scorpion comes up, and we hear this and completely changed the game for us, mate. And watching you at Big Day Out '97, and it was just such an incredible time for us.
Yeah, that soundtrack opened the doors for us a lot as well. I mean, Demanufacture in general opened the doors. That was a whole heaps miles away from, you know, what we were doing on Soul of a New Machine. That record was just like, it really connected with a lot of people, right? And then all of a sudden we're on the soundtrack, and it was like boom, and it just really, you know, we saw more and more people coming to our shows, more and more other bands were recognizing us. Ozzy took us out, Iron Maiden took us on tour, Megadeth, Sepultura, all these bands started taking us on tour that we've never gotten before. You know what I mean? So it really opened the door for us. And a funny thing too is when we were writing Demanufacture, the movie company actually reached out to us and said, "Hey, can you write a song for Mortal Kombat soundtrack in particular?" And so we wrote a song called Self Bias Resistor for the actual movie. But we finished the album, and they go, "Well, we don't want that track. We want Zero Signal." And they chose Zero Signal, and they kind of chopped it up and put it in the movie. It was really cool, but we specifically wrote Self Bias Resistor. A little bit of trivia there for you.
That is something I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's something I did not
know. Now, another thing, too, is like, we were kind of like, I want to say one of the bands that really pushed for more metal in video games, because our drummer at the time was really into video games. So he would go to all those video game conventions and have a backpack full of you know, our remixes like Fear's the Mind Killer and Demanufacture album. We had those like instrumental versions, and he was there handing them out to video game companies at these conventions. And then, you know, for a while there we weren't getting any calls, and like 6 months later, boom, there was calling. Everybody's like, "We love this, we got to put this in video games." So there's so many games we came out in.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even name them all, but there is at least 25, 30.
I just remember, like, it just, for us, being in high school, just opened so many doors as well. But Soulfly as well, like, that's something I want to know.
But, hold on.
Oh, yeah,
Before you ask that question. Australia was the first country that we had a gold record in for Demanufacture.
It's true.
There you go.
Here it is. It's right here.
Thank you, fucking Australia. Thank ya.
There it is there. Well, I got the vinyl there too. But, man, I was going to ask, how did you cram all those Soulfly songs in that time? Did you learn the whole, or did you have a certain amount of songs?
Are you talking about for this tour? I mean, for the
tour.
Well, I've been touring with Soulfly for about a year and a half now.
Yeah.
So, Max gave me about 25 songs to learn, and I just learned them, and that was it. And then we went over we went through the set list of what he wanted to play, and then we just rehearsed it. And so, but Max is also very spontaneous. So there are times where he'll throw other songs that are not on the set list. He'll throw other songs on there, and you got to know it.
So the 25, but did you throw a couple of extras in there just in case?
Well, I learned 25, right? But then we didn't play 25 songs live. We just played 18 or 19 or something like that. But sometimes you would throw a Sepultura song in there, and like, oh shit, you got to learn it. You got to get it down. You got to be ready. And he's like a conductor on stage as well. He likes to, that's his element. That's where he likes to. These are his songs. These are his babies. So he likes to kind of control where the music is going to go. And I love it because it's spontaneity. You know what I mean? Because Fear Factory, we're like a machine. Everything is precise, right? And there's no mucking around, right? But with Soulfly, there's a little bit more looseness and more vibe, and it's in some ways, it's really cool because it keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
And I love it. It challenges you every day, and I love it.
And what about? I read somewhere that Divine Heresy, you're going to be getting back into that as well with Lionheart.
Yes.
Not only one of the best vocalists in metal, I think, but also an absolute Aussie and a sweetheart.
Yes, Aussie, mate. She's
amazing.
Yeah, I've known her for a while now, maybe 8 to 10 years around there.
Yeah.
I knew about her band Once a Human and stuff like that. But I originally auditioned her for Fear Factory, but Burton has more of a baritone voice.
Yes, yeah.
And her voice is more of a higher register, so it didn't exactly, the classic Fear Factory songs didn't, she couldn't really hit that low register like that.
Wow, okay.
So I decided, okay, well, she's too good of a singer to not do something with her, so I decided to do Divine Heresy with her, which I think is a great fit, really great fit. She fits in there naturally, it's really good. So, yeah, we have another vocalist, and his name is, and he's going to be coming here.
Too loud out there. He was telling me the vocalist of Fear Factory. Come on, guys.
And so, yeah, we're going to be touring next year, starting February, with Fear Factory, Static X, Mushroom Head, Dope, and a few other bands, and it's going to be killer. And I'm hoping we get to come back here sooner than later. But 2023 is pretty much booked up.
Well, I'll be there wherever.
Where, in the States?
No.
Just kidding.
I said, you put me in your suitcase and ship me back for that big festival you're doing. Have you locked that in? That's I forgot the name of it. It's happening.
Which festival?
Soulfly.
Which festival? Oh, I'm not. You're talking about the one in Vegas?
Yes.
The Sick World?
Yes.
I'm not supposed to say anything yet.
Edit, Jack.
But I'm not playing with Soulfly. At least I don't think so. It depends.
Okay.
It depends.
All right. Okay.
Depends.
All right. Man, I would love to see that. I'd love to see that down here.
Okay, that festival is insane.
It's fucked up.
They're going to have 6 stages and at least 50 bands. Or maybe more, I don't know. But these are all classic bands, too, of that era. I think it's pretty much the 90s era of bands, you know what I mean? And it's just going to be insane.
Personally, I think that's where it's at, man.
I think everybody's probably playing 30 minutes each.
Man, just take me with you, dude. I don't... Sorry, tell my wife I'm somewhere.
But from what I hear, the stages are going to be if you just turn one way, you see one turn back. Next way, you see the other band. So I think it's going to be...
All your mates are going to be there.
Everyone. It's going to be like a high school reunion.
Dude, Des, Max. Who else? There's so many. And there's bands that... I just wish I could.
Well, it's Korn, Deftones, System of a Down.
And
there's so many bands.
Have you caught up with those dudes, the Deftones dudes?
Yeah.
Man, all your bros are here. What are you doing?
Max is going to sing Heads Up tonight with Deftones.
You just gave it away.
It's okay.
Oh, that's all right. This goes up in a couple of days. I will be there.
So there you go. You can spread it out as much as you want.
Man, that's incredible.
I didn't know it was a surprise.
I didn't either. Man. So what else is happening? Of course, you can't tell me the new vocalist. It's not going to happen.
No, not yet.
Not
on,
yet, okay.
Not on your show. This early.
Okay.
This early.
All right,
It's a little
okay.
too early.
I'm hanging here.
The thing about it is,
Okay.
everybody's expecting it to be this massive rock star dude coming in,
Yeah.
but it's not that. It's not that at all. The guy's basically kind of a unknown.
Yep.
You know, there are some Fear Factory fans that kind of know who it is, but they don't really know yet.
Okay.
And he's super talented guy. He sounds like, the classic Burton from like Demanufacture Obsolete era.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
So yeah, he's a younger guy, 36 years old compared to me.
Yeah.
He's younger.
I threw my name into the hat, and
And nobody picked it. Nobody picked it.
You replied and said, he's good, but he's not Fear Factory good. And I was like, okay.
Well,
that's all right.
your name? You?
Yeah.
Your personal name?
Yeah, no, well, my mate sent it over.
Oh, your mate sent it over. Okay.
Yeah. I took the compliment.
At least that was
but
nice.
You were, yeah. I was like, but I know, I'm not cut out for Fear Factory type stuff.
At least I didn't say, nah, he's a fuck cunt. Nah.
You should have, and I would have been like, Dino said I was fucked, so that's okay. And that's all right. But I think we're getting told to wrap up. But Dino, it's always a pleasure to hang out with you, bro. This is amazing.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, and of course, we can't wait to see you down
But
here. Yeah. Oh, you got some new news.
what I was saying, that because we kind of jumped off subject, I have been working on a new record.
Yes.
I'm about 6 songs in, so I want to have it out, or at least be ready to go by summer next year. Our summer next year, which is August, September.
Yes. Okay.
July, August, September.
Has it got a name yet?
Yes.
Oh.
But I can't tell you that. Come on.
No, I'm not. You can't, man. You can't blame me for
Okay.
anything.
When I'm ready to reveal the name, I'll give it to you exclusively.
Promise.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You heard that. It's got it here. You got a witness here.
And so the name of the record is. Did you get that?
I did. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. But,
Yes.
Dude, thank you again for hanging out on the show.
No
we can't
problem.
wait to see you rip it up with Soulfly tonight. We will have all the links for everything Fear Factory and Soulfly, and we'll see you very soon.
Thank you, mates.
Dude.